Hello Magic Makers, welcome to Storytime with Mombierella. This is a young adult fiction and may be inappropriate for some younger viewers. The Sands of Time Trilogy, Book 1, Appointed Time, by J Peterson. Copyright 2021, J Peterson. Published by Texas Sisters Press. Chapter 1, Part 6. So where does the red hair come from? Marcy asked, showing them to their table.
It's from my side of the family,
Ben mentioned. He was 6'2". He had dark brown hair and dark brown eyes. Meanwhile, Hope, Grace, was 5'7". She had light brown hair and blue eyes. While she tried to keep her weight down, she could stand to lose a few pounds around the midsection. Your server will be Serene, Marcy said. Can I get you something to drink?
Water would be wonderful,
Ben said.
It's hot down here. We're not used to this heat. It's still in October.
Where are y'all from? Maine, Hope mentioned, scanning the menu. Bet it's cold up there in winter.
Brutal,
Ben agreed, opening his menu. Well, if you don't like the cold, then you'll like it here, Marcy said. I'll get your waters. While she was gone, there was a silence between the pair. They would periodically look up at each other every few moments. After giving their waitress their order, Ben folded his hands in front of him and said,
We'll never be able to rest.
I know. They're worth it, though. I'm only sorry we weren't able to get the other two out. Hopefully, their families will care for them, and the clinic won't do too much damage to them. Sitting back in his seat, Ben crossed his arms.
You're serious?
She looked up innocently. What? Leaning forward, Ben quietly reminded her.
The boy, Adam, his mother will probably die soon. As for the girl, Deanna, it was her mom's room. That was the code blue we heard just before we escaped with these two. We know what happened to Holly and Blake's mothers.
Are you serious? She asked wide-eyed.
You really didn't get a good look at their charts, did you?
I guess not. Maybe it was easier to pretend we worked in a fertility clinic instead of the actual clinic.
They're going to test those poor little babies out of their childhood. I really wish we could have saved the others. Who knows how many others may be born.
We don't know, but, she glanced at the babies, we saved these two.
True. Okay. So do you really want to work here?
He asked. I think it would give me a chance to find out more about the town. Pretty sure whatever's going on in this town is discussed somewhere within these walls. It'll allow me to keep a pulse on what's going on. Also, we can't be in the medical field. Unfortunately, that could tag us. We need to not be who we were.
Right. So the first step is to find somewhere to live.
Seeing their waitress coming with their food, Ben sat back.
That looks great,
he said, pleased. Serena placed their burgers and chips in front of them. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Not unless you know someone renting a home in the area,
Ben asked. Actually, I do. My mother's friend does that sort of thing. I could contact her.
It's a house, right? We're not picky, but we would rather not have an apartment.
Yep, Serena said. Let me call her. I'll be back in a minute.
Great, thank you.
Ben smiled.
We really appreciate it.
I get it, Serena said. My mom used to watch children. They get kind of loud. I can't imagine it would be any quieter, times two. Hope smirked. It gets interesting. When they go off at the same time, Serena rolled her eyes. Oh, I can only imagine.
When one goes off, the other isn't far behind,
Ben added. It's my understanding that twins have their own language of sorts, Serena suggested. They do. They coo at each other for hours, Hope said. Say, Marcy mentioned you're hiring? Yeah. Are you thinking of applying? Serena asked. Looking for servers, right? Yes. Well, we need a home first. I'm fixing to give my mom a call while y'all eat. Thank you, Hope smiled. When Serena left, Hope leaned closer to Ben and said, We can afford to rent a house on what we have together for about a year. Hopefully I can make enough for us to keep it.
What if we actually buy a house in cash?
Wide-eyed, Hope shook her head. We don't have that kind of money.
Actually, we do if we buy a fixer-upper. I have all that money I inherited,
Ben pointed out.
Also, I had quite a bit of cash. I had been stashing away to buy a house of my own. That's what we got when I closed my accounts.
Right, and I have the money we pulled from my account for the European trip and my savings.
Between the two of us, we could get a fixer-upper with acreage. Then, with the money left over, we could fix the house. We'll put it in your name, since we have a social security number for Hope Hunt.
Do you know how to do all that home remodeling stuff?
In my off time, I worked with a local organization to build homes for the homeless or low-income families. Anything I don't know, I'm pretty sure I can find a video online to get through it. With the little ones, I can do it while they're asleep.
Are you sure? That's a lot of work.
If we want complete privacy, we're going to need to get a home where no one is near, with acreage. Once these two start to show any signs of what they can do, we need them to not be in public.
I'll probably need a better paying job if we're keeping all three of you home.
Work this for a year, allowing you to branch out into community slowly.
What about church? That's always a great way to get to know people.
And what if they show signs of what they can do while they're at church? And we're not with them because they're in the nursery or their own classes.
Good point, she said, sitting back in her seat, snacking on her chips. Can I at least go when I'm off work?
I don't see a problem with that.
And when they get older and get themselves under control, can I bring the kids?
I don't think that'll be a problem with that.
She grinned. Thank you. Serena walked up to the table. I'm sorry, my mom's friend doesn't have anything right now.
No problem. We've come up with a different idea. Do you know a reputable realtor?
Ben asked.
We'd like to buy a fixer-upper with some land.
Oh, yes. Here you go, she said, pulling a ticket from her tablet. She scribbled the name and number of a realtor and handed it to him. He likes a challenge.
Great.
Ben accepted the paper, pleased.
Thank you.
Are y'all fixing to have some dessert? No. This'll fill us, Hope smiled. Thank you, though. No problem. I'll keep an eye on y'all in case you need refills on your drinks. Other than that, she placed the ticket on the table. Here's your ticket. Feel free to pay at the register near the door when you're ready. Thank you, Serene, Hope said, as Ben picked up the check. When Serene was out of earshot, Hope asked, Do you really think we can do this?
I think it's the only way we can do it. We need to do this without people learning too much about us.
Can we really settle and feel free? Hope asked.
We'll stay here until we don't feel safe. Any hint of someone possibly sniffing too close, and we'll pull out.
Agreed, Hope said, silently praying before she continued eating. She prayed for safety for the two little ones left behind, and for safety and security for them as well. She knew it was wrong to take the babies, but she also knew what the clinic was doing was wrong. While her head was bowed, she prayed the Lord would understand why she helped take the children, and that he would keep the innocent involved safe. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this reading of Book 1 of the Sands of Time Trilogy, Appointed Time, by J Peterson. To find more of the writings of J Peterson, make sure to check out her website at cjpetersonwrites.com. If you haven't had a chance to yet, please take a second, hit that thumbs up, comment down below, say hello, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell as well. And share with a friend who'd like to hear these stories. And if you'd like to help me continue to do these readings, make sure to check out my social media links and Patreon page down below. Thank you very much. Love you guys. Remember, let it go and keep moving forward. Have a magical day. See you next time. Bye.